didn't even wink. I know she knows that this is a very safe spot for her and nothing to worry about. So off she's gone into sleep, and it seems like for the time being Hosanna is also not too far from here, also properly asleep. Fallen asleep already by Treehouse Dam. So it is quite interesting. They're not too far from each other. And I wonder if they were actually close to one another, or if they bumped into each other, and if they would remember that they used to be playmates, or if they've gotten into that stage where it's just like, okay, well, I know who you are, bye. I would assume they're reaching more that point where each one of them is gonna do their own separate thing. Megan, you're wondering what is the most leopards that I've seen in a day. I think it was 5 or 6, and it was a few years ago. So I found a female and 2 tiny cubs in the morning. And no, actually it was about 6. And then before that we had a brief visual of a young male that was a bit skittish and ran off into the distance. And then that afternoon again I had a female and another cub. So I think that was my best day in terms of how many leopards I had seen. But I think today definitely wins hands down in terms of all the cats that we've been seeing. I mean, pride of lions and 2 completely different leopards, both of them on top of termite mounds. I think this will be a drive to remember in my books for sure. Oh, you're looking so pretty and so well fed. I think you've just been doing just fine. Now, it is unfortunate that there are some grass blades in front of her, but that is the typical thing that everyone has to struggle with, especially if we're trying to either get a photo or a screenshot of them. But I think just looking at her and knowing that she's safe and that she's doing very well, I think that's wonderful for all of us. And I'm sure the guys in the Mara, Jamie and Brent and Scotty and James, they are going to be very excited to know that little Xongile is still around and that she's doing just fine. It's funny, I think maybe we called her yesterday because we were all saying that we hadn't seen her in a while and we would love to see her. And there she is. Lisa, you're wondering if Xongile could be in heat. I think she's a bit young for that still. I do, however, think that because she's she's sort of been forced into adulthood and being independent, likely she'll go into heat at a younger age than maybe some of the other animals around. We haven't seen any signs of her though being in heat or attracting any males into the area. I think she's still in that stage where she will prefer to stay away from trouble and stay away from bigger males and especially other dominant females in this area. So I suppose only time would tell. I think judging by her age, she is reaching the point where she could very well start coming into heat, but it would be odd to have a leopard this young go into heat so soon. But again, nature does funny things, and I think we'll have a better answer as we carry on spending some time with her, because they've had a very unusual life so far. And they seem to be the exception to the rule in many regards, and just that the fact that they are here and still looking wonderful. I think these 2 cats, her and Hosanna, are probably cats that don't do everything by the book. And I'm sure they will have a few surprises in for us as the months carry on.